do well listening to those things being sped up is people have, I'm a perfect example of right now. It's much more difficult for someone to get everything together in sync and their mind straight to voice words. People listen at a much faster rate than people talk. So by speeding it up, I literally can capture and retain more of what I'm hearing. 2, a minute or so into any podcast, you do not realize it is sped up. Because they don't sound like chipmunks. Now, if somebody already has a squeaky voice, they kind of sound like chipmunks. But
they sound like that anyway, don't they?
Right, exactly.
Right.
But if they have a normal voice, they sound pretty normal, pretty close to normal. The biggest time I noticed when this is not the right speed is any music at all. And like Cody said, the beginning for the Linux for the Rest of Us podcast, pretty dang funny.
It is, damn. That's 2 people that said that. I got to check it out.
You and, to be honest, any of Leo's shows, I think is hilarious because it goes, package, just really fast, really quick. Here's the best part about this friggin' thing. For the last 5 months straight, I don't think I ever looked at my podcast player and I had nothing to play. I literally I spent, I know, a good 6 hours this past week listening to Pandora because I was so caught up on the podcast, which just meant, hey, Steve, time to go look for some more podcasts.
Dora, what speed do you listen to these at?
Most of them I'm listening to at 1.4 times the speed, unless the people really talk quick on their podcast, then I lower it to 1.2, 1.3 speed.
So what's the percentage of that? It's not double. At 1.4 is just like 40% faster? Okay.
It's like instead of 100% speed, it's 140% speed.
I got you. It's amazing.
And I will say, like first thing in the morning when you turn it on and you have it on fast, for the first 5 seconds you're going, trying to like mentally, grasp what's going on.
Yeah.
But literally, less than a minute, 2 minutes in, your brain clicks, and that's how it's supposed to be. Kind of feeling comes over you.
Wow.
I'm really liking it.
That's really awesome. You know what we should do? We should just, to mess with people that are using an app, we should just all start speaking really fast throughout this whole show.
Well, I think we should go up and down.
Yeah, fast and then slow.
This app rocks.
That would be fun. One of these shows we're going to do that.
Because they'll be bumping the phone like there's something wrong.
Right. That's awesome.
But yeah, and I seriously wanted to thank Cody for basically pushing me over the edge, which doesn't sound good, convincing me after Lee planted the seed, because I got to give props to Lee too. Lee also talked to me about it after the fact, and right after last week's show, Cody talked a little bit more to me about it, and I just,
team effort, tag team.
Yeah, they did good.
Dor, now Presto, is it a podcast playing app itself, or does that you use that in conjunction with another one?
Here's the gimmick. People on Windows think of it as the whatever it's called, codec pack kit, where you want to play certain files and it ain't working, so you go download a codec pack. Now with that codec pack installed, Windows Media Player, QuickTime, all these other applications can now play that codec just fine. Same principle. Presto is a back-end source for your players. So any player that then supports speed up via the process how Presto does it can now take advantage of it. So I still use Dogcatcher. Dogcatcher has right built into it speed settings. So I literally just tap it once, it's 1.1, tap it twice, 1.2, and just keep going to 1.5. Now Presto actually supports something like up to 2.5. Dogcatcher doesn't support that, only goes up to 1.5. And I'm okay with that.
Awesome. Anything else, guys, on this before we move on? All righty, Tim, what do you got for us today?
Why, thanks, Dor. That's a great app. I appreciate it. No. No, hey, fellas, what is an app
that requires candy?
Child. I know.
What is the app that requires
I know what it
candy?
is. It's the Child Predator app.
The Chris Hansen
Not
thing?
right?
Yes.
Uh.
I am talking about the new Child Predator app for the Android device. No.
Halloween.
No. Anybody. Come on. Anybody that owns a something, which should really know the answer to this.
What was the question again?
What
What
app
is the
requires candy?
app that requires candy to stay alive, let's just say.
Oh.
Man.
Candy apple.
I am
What do you
so
think
glad.
candy
I'm
to?
so proud of everybody here
It's a game.
because
the
they
game.
don't know the answer.
Candyland.
Candyland, yeah.
Candyland.
These are true-blooded Android app addicts here, I'm telling you. No. Okay, you ready for the answer?
Yes.
Angry Birds.
Cut the Rope got released for Android.
Why do you need candy? What?
That's how you feed the little monster.
Yeah.
What little? I don't know what you're talking about.
Cut the rope. Cut that rope.
Cut the Rope. The big. Well, basically, it's a huge.
From
app.
the makers of Angry Birds. Those guys, right?
Right. Yeah,
Yeah.
but it's been on. It's a huge game for the something or other. For
I never heard of it.
Quite a long time. So yeah, but I have to mention it is now out for Android devices, and it's pretty fun. I don't think to me it's not as fun as Angry Birds, but it's pretty cool. It's worth mentioning.
That's how
It's worth.
That's how I feel about
$1.
it too. To be honest, I bought it on an iDevice, and I played it one time and I never played it again.
Yeah, it's okay.
And it looks like it's 99 cents, if I'm correct.
Yeah, 99 cents. It is what that cost. Yeah. Huh.
So you just think it's okay? There's
It's okay.
no
I
excitement
have
in your
to
voice.
mention, It's a huge game on the something or other.
Well, I think it's kind of like Timster's slumming playing that game after he's talked about Need for Speed and all the other
Yeah.
Tegra games that he's had on
True.
there.
What did you run out of games, Tim?
No,
So he's trying to come back on our level.
I know what it is.
What
Timster just interviewed some Europeans on Podnuts Daily, and this is a BAFTA winning game. It's won an award from the British Academy of Video Game Awards.
That's why, yeah, I'm sure that's why I picked it. That's awesome. That must be it. Good one, Dora.
Must be.
but it's
That's
not.
so funny.
It's just not it.
All right.
There's
Well-
already 2,200 downloads on the Android market, and it's a real big talked about game on that other platform.
Yeah.
So yeah, and I see how it's going to go over really big here on the Android. So, yeah, another thing really quick about my Droid X2, which has the Tegra 2, we all know, is that it has a locked bootloader. Well, thanks to a tweet from Door to Door Geek, I now found out that now there is a workaround for a forced app to a custom recovery into the Droid X2, which it just makes ROM seem even closer. Now the bootloader is still locked tight, so we'll just hope and pray on that. But the good thing is that the Droid X2, there's now a custom recovery, so that's really good news in my opinion. Let's
Very good.
see.
Very good.
Yep. Okay, the Droid X2 supports, right? I mean, not the Tegra 2, the dual core chips for phones right now is supported by the Droid X2, the T-Mobile G2X, and the Motorola Atrix 4G, and the LG Optimus 2X. So right now, that's where you can pick up a Tegra 2 device is what's supported. It's,
Cool.
yeah.
All
And,
right,
and when it gets back around to me, I'm going to preview another game for the.
All right. I hope you're just as excited about that one. Back to Sean.
Okay, this one, it's not a real barn burner app, but I use it this weekend a lot. It's called Here I Am 2, and it has to deal with GPS. And basically what it does is it'll pinpoint your location, and then you can send a text message or an email or share it on Facebook if you want, and it'll send it to whoever you want, and it tells them where you're at, your location. Kind of like the geocaching apps where it has your longitude and latitude, and then you can have it say the address, or if it knows what, the building name of where you're at. And I use it this weekend a lot because I went on vacation, and so one of my buddies just got his first Android phone, and so I knew he would get a kick out of it. So I'm driving down the road. I got my TomTom on the the windshield, and I got my phone on this side, and every half hour or so I would hit it, and it would get my location, and I would send it to him. So, I mean, it's not something you'd use every day, but it's kind of cool. I mean, if you want to let your family know if you're on vacation where you're at, and they can kind of see, it's just kind of a play around app. But I just have a thing for GPS apps, so
Yeah.
I think it is cool. I think it is cool. Now, it just tells you your location once, and then it doesn't keep broad. It's not like Google Latitude. Okay.
Yeah, it doesn't keep broadcasting it. You have to manually send it every time.
Google Stalkitude is what they should call it.
Right, right. Because that would get kind of boring.
Yeah.
But I mean, it was kind of cool. Every 20 minutes, half hour, I would just kind of hit it real quick and hit him send him a text message where I'm at. And I haven't talked to him. I don't know. Maybe I annoyed him with it, but I can see how it would come in handy.
I haven't talked to him since.
But I think he enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Real quick question, Sean. Can I ask how's that spelled?
It's just here. I am 2. It's all separate.
Number 2.
Yep.
That's why.
Yeah, I got it up here.
And it says there's a pro version that this one is ad supported, but honestly, I haven't seen any ads yet.
Really?
So I mean, and that's the only difference, I think, is just it takes the ads, but I haven't seen anything. So, it's a cool app, cool thing to play around with.
I think so too. Yeah, there was one I talked about a couple weeks ago that broadcasted your location for 15 minutes and then stopped.
Right.
I can't remember.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
But they're neat because I do want to. It's easier than saying, especially to somebody who's not completely good with directions or whatever. Just like, yeah, I'm right here. Like, you don't have to give.
Yeah, exactly. If someone, because you don't have to have the application on the other end. That's the cool thing about it.
It just texts it to them, right?
Right, and it just and the text. You can write something if you want, but I was driving, so I couldn't write anything. But it'll have the it's all highlighted like a link, and they just click on it and it'll say, do you want to open it with the browser or Google Maps? So my brother on a BlackBerry, I sent it to him, and he just responded as, what the heck? What are you sending me? But
I think that's mostly the response you'll get from non-geeky people.
Right. Yeah. So, but my buddy, like I said, he just got the Thunderbolt. So the other day. So I think he enjoyed it.
Good one, man.
Because he was sending me, his location at work today. So he went and got the app.
Nice. I like that one. All right, Eric, back to you.
All right, Steve, my next app is, it's not a Tegra 2 game, but actually on my Galaxy S, I kind of wish I did have a Tegra 2 to play this game. This game is, I'm almost embarrassed to talk about it because it's called Peggle. Has anybody ever heard of Peggle?
I have.
No.
Okay. It's a very addicting game, but it's got a lot of unicorns and cute little animals and stuff. Here's a picture of what it kind of looks like when you're actually playing it and you get past the animals and stuff. It has it's basically as you take this big gun at the top of the screen and you blast away a bunch of little balls, and you want to blast away the orange ones to move to the next level.
Love it.
Have you played it, Tim?
Yeah.
No, he just likes unicorns.
Yeah. It's really it's catchy, man. I find myself playing it all the time, more than any other game for some reason. It was a free one on Amazon at one time, and I picked it up, but I play that more than any other game right now.
It looks pretty cool. Go ahead, Tim. You want to talk about it?
No, I just love games like that, man. to where you aim the cannon and you shoot